Well, hello and welcome back to Slot Rods for my first actual unboxing. I ordered a couple cars recently, some from the States, some from overseas, and I got two in today. So we're going to start with my first actual unboxing. And it first car is quite the doozy. I've been looking forward to this one. It is the Carrera Porsche 935 GT2 Pikes Peak Edition, number 11. This is just a fabulously gorgeous car. So let's get the tape off and have a look at it. We're back. We're back, and the tape is off. And out she comes. Take the thing off. And yes, I put the tape underneath just to keep it around, because who knows. I keep all that stuff. So here we are. I have been looking forward to this car for quite some time. I wasn't really a fan of most of the other liveries. Just didn't like them. The Martini's okay. I didn't like the blue and red. I didn't like the way that looked, and I just don't have a thing for really solid red cars. But this one really stuck out. I mean, it is just fabulous, especially with the old school mobile red flying horse. It is just beautiful. So you can see the headlights are lowered down. You've got almost a goldish color here. It's hard to tell on the pictures if it's gold or not. It really is more of a grayish color than gold. Then you have the silver linings in the center. For those interested, the model number is 31021. The rear end is just this. I can't wait to put this on the track and light it up. Everything about this car is just gorgeous. And if anybody knows anything about the real ones, Porsche only made a couple, not too many of them, and they go for a pretty penny. I'm really hoping that Carrera puts out a couple new liveries this year for 2023. Namely, if they do the Golf model, I'll definitely get it. But this is my favorite of all of them, and I really can't wait to trick this car out. It's the detail on it is superb as usual. The interior, you've got the roll cage. You got looks like a fuel cell. Detailed painting on the helmet. And I just love that horse. Boy, it really pops. Oh, and the Michelin Man's hanging out in the rear. This may turn out to be one of my more favorite cars. It really will. It is. I just adore it. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to take it apart, which you might as well go ahead and sit here with me while I do that so we can get a look at the internals. Shouldn't be anything different than the others. Is there an extra screw? Because she don't want to pop loose. There we go. It's a little tight, I guess. There we go. Everything looks all pretty standard here. Of course, I see a new drivetrain in this car's future and probably a new motor. just because. But we're gonna put some new tires on it. I've already got those came in with it. Let's see. We're going to be putting on the Paul Gauge 2012-5 LMXDs. And I'll put these, I'll have to pop that out, put the tires on, put it on a tire chewer, get it trued up, and then we'll put it on the track and we'll time test it. Let's check out the back panel and see what it comes with. Looks like we have an extra guide. We've got mirrors and extra brushes. So we got a pair of spare mirrors. So that's good to know. Those seem to get lost the easiest. But we'll pause here while I true up the tires, and then we'll put her on the track. So hang loose. Okay, we have put tires on, which unfortunately are a little too small. I noticed the car bottoming out a little bit, it going at slow speed. So it's a new car. Paul wasn't sure when I first asked him about these, but Carrera slots had a recommended tire. I've used them before, I tried it. It's just a hair too small after it's been sanded. It just, the car is lightly bottoming out. But we're going to give it a go anyway. I've got the car added to Smart Race, and we're set up on a free qualify, and we are ready to see what she can do. Look and see what the times show. We'll go here and have a look at the big screen and see what we've got here. Best lap is a 6.7. That's not too bad comparing some of these other cars. I probably could have tuned the speed up a little bit. I usually set them all the same to start with. This car seemed to be able to hold pretty well at those speeds. She probably could be opened up a little bit. I'll have to put it in my spreadsheet where I have all the initial car laps, and we'll see where she falls. And these are my typical starter settings in Smart Race. 67 on the speed limit, brake force of 74%, and then the full tank size. That's what I've used, is just the standard gauge for all the cars. Once it comes race time, we adjust those. But when I do the stock limits to see how things are going, right off the bat, so cars have a baseline, then I can look at those lap numbers and know that all the cars are set rather equal when I take that baseline. So here's the spreadsheet. I have this set up to do a baseline for all the cars when I put Paul gauge tires on them. I do a bunch of different spreadsheets that have split times and other factors that I can gauge the cars with, but this is the baseline. So there's about 60 cars on this list. As you can see, this one came in at around 23. So that's not a bad score. You can see the Porsches up top really rock it out, but especially with this car bottoming out, that's a pretty good score. So all things considered, I'm pretty pleased with it. We'll take a look at it again when I get the proper tires on it. But for now, that is the Porsche 935-19. Thanks for watching.